before we get into this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Thank you very much. All right, so in this video, we're going to be talking about Napoli, the club of Super Eagles striker Victor Osimhen. They have recently made their way into the news, and this time it has nothing to do with anything like a transfer or something happening on the pitch. It's actually the president of the club, Napoli president Aurelio De Laurentiis, recently made a statement about African players and the AFCON Cup of Nations. Now, his statement was made in Italian, so I'm not going to be playing a clip of what he said, but I'm going to paraphrase it. He basically was asked about African players, and he said he loves African players, but he won't sign them unless they agree not to play in the African Cup of Nations. Now, I'm pretty sure there was some more stuff said in between, but that's basically the gist of the story. Of course, when you make a statement like that, there's going to be a lot of uproar, but in some ways, I kind of appreciate the comment because first of all, he's being honest, unlike the rest of these European clubs who just keep it in their mind that they're not going to mess with a player when he comes back from said competition. You see players like Kalidou Koulibaly, you even see Ola Aina at Torino. The same thing was said at the end of the season. They did not want him to go to the African Cup of Nations. They never came out and said it like Mr. De Laurentiis, but at the end of the day, they did worse because if you look at Napoli, they didn't hold any player back from going to the AFCON. Apart from Osimhen, who had a facial injury at the time that he was nursing, the rest of the players were not held back. Zambo Anguissa played for Cameroon. Koulibaly led Senegal to the trophy, and he actually made a statement about this situation, which I'm going to play at the end of this video. But when they got back, they were not frozen out of the team like the players I previously mentioned. But what I really see here is somebody saying what everybody else has been thinking, and when they say it, everybody else is acting like they're not thinking the same thing. At the end of the day, as long as the African Cup of Nations is played during the season, we're going to see clubs trying to stop players from going, and also see clubs punishing players when they go and come back. Another reason I kind of like this comment is that this gives FIFA an opportunity to really put a foot down on this situation. This is something that we've been hearing undertones of from time to time, but now somebody actually puts it in words, and FIFA can't look away from this situation. You have to put a foot down. You have to let the clubs know that they must allow their players to play in the African Cup of Nations, and if you don't do anything now, it's almost like opening the door and allowing something like this to happen because it has already been put into words, and the next thing up is action. I also feel like this might be part of the routine for Aurelio De Laurentiis. As you may or may not know, a former actor knows what to say to get the people riled up, to get the media talking, and he does this right before almost every season. I remember a couple seasons back when he said Koulibaly would be worth 250 million if Maguire was worth 100, and he makes these type of statements right before the season, gets the people talking, and I believe this is just part of what he does. As far as Victor Osimhen, I don't really think this should affect him going forward. The focus should remain on the upcoming season, and he should let his play do the talking, in my opinion. Well, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this situation. How surprised were you about the statement from 1 to 10? I'm like a 1. I really wasn't surprised because I really feel like this is how most clubs think. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank y'all for watching. Peace.
No, never. Nobody tell me to don't go for AFCON or something like this. Maybe sometimes they try like to ask as with my manager or something like this. But me now as captain of Senegal, even as a player of Senegal, for me when the AFCON come, I have to be the first one there, the first one in Senegal. And when this December I was also injured, so I came earlier in Senegal to start my training with the team. So I was really happy and excited to start the AFCON, and nobody can I think can tell me to don't go for my national team. I have lot of love for my national team, for my country, for the people where I play for. So if somebody tell me to don't go for my national team, I think that it's the only time that I can fight for with somebody. But for the rest, I think that the way we did all the time with my national team. We are all respectful. When we wait everybody to come from the Premier League, I think they come a bit late. But after, when everybody come, everybody was happy to be there. So everybody think the same thing as me in my national team, and I think in Africa everybody think like this. So they have respectful for their country. And if somebody tell them to don't come, I think they will all fight to come in the national team. This is the most important. We have to be. Everybody have to give us respect, like we give respect to everybody. This is the most important, I think.